Angel Reese is the most unskilled basketball player in the history of basketball, in my opinion.
The preseason is almost underway, and the Chicago Sky are gearing up for action. But did you notice what's happening with Angel Reese? Reports suggest that the coaching team is giving her a fresh assignment that takes her further from the rim. It's similar to asking a hunter to abandon its territory. Reese made her name by owning the paint, yet now she's being guided away from that area. Stats explain this decision. Last season, she made only 39% of her attempts from 5 feet, or closer, the league's worst. The current strategy is to develop her mid-range game, even though her release is slow and methodical.
And I wonder how her fans are going to feel about that. If she's further away from the basket, that doesn't mean there's going to be a lot of, or as many, I would believe, offensive rebound opportunities for one Angel Reese.
This bold transformation might either revive her trajectory or turn into a major setback. It's a complete departure from what made her exceptional. The pressing issue now is whether she can adapt to this new identity or struggle when taken out of the familiar territory that once defined her play.
She has no skill. She has energy, she has an attitude, she'll rebound you the basketball. Great. Nothing else.
Let's examine Angel Reese's efficiency near the basket. She shot a troubling 39.1% from within 5 feet last season. These are the closest, most makeable shots in the sport. Yet she barely made 4 of 10. That's extremely concerning. For a player known for inside dominance, this kind of inefficiency signals a glaring problem that demands immediate attention from the coaching staff.
Attempts, and we know from 5 foot in, she was the most inefficient field goal percentage shooter.
When numbers this glaring conflict with a player's perceived strengths, adjustments are inevitable. That 39.1% was the lowest of all WNBA players with significant court time. Elite post players usually convert these chances at 60–70%. Aja Wilson, for example, scored 64% in the paint using her polished drop step to gain space. Reese's poor efficiency has led coaches to reevaluate her role. Watching her operate down low is revealing. Her posture shows doubt. Even with clean looks, she often passes instead of finishing. That hesitation suggests she's very aware of her limitations. The coaching staff is clearly trying to address what has now become a critical flaw.
And now she knows it to the point that even when she's on the basketball court, she's aware, like, this ain't really my thing. Let me get this hot potato out of my hand and to somebody that knows what they're doing.
What you witness during games supports the statistical concerns. Her technique in the post needs polish. She lacks a go-to move in tight situations. Her ability to finish near the basket changes from play to play. During a crucial fourth-quarter moment against the Connecticut Sun, she got the ball deep inside, with just one defender ahead. Yet an off-balance hook shot missed badly, and fans didn't hide their disappointment. These moments highlight the inconsistencies that are holding her back, despite her natural athleticism and reputation from college play.
Runs down court with the basketball, 3-4 steps ahead of everybody, has an easy layup, and throws it to the girl behind her.
With Chennedy Carter no longer part of the Sky lineup, Angel Reese's weaknesses will likely stand out more. Carter's offensive threat drew defenders away, creating more room for Reese to operate. Without that distraction, opponents can focus their full attention on her. Head coach Tyler Marsh is now redesigning her role from the ground up. A change this major for a headline rookie indicates serious, ongoing concerns. Watch her after an offensive rebound. She often needs multiple tries to finish a play. These missed chances eat up possessions and disrupt the team's momentum. During one series against New York, she snagged 3 offensive rebounds in a row, but failed to score each time, visibly irritating her teammates and halting the team's offensive flow.
Carter is no longer on the team, and new head coach Tyler Marsh is busy installing a different vision for Chicago's.
These problems go beyond strategy. They're rooted in the basics that pro athletes typically master long before joining the league. In the WNBA, post players dedicate years to refining inside techniques, developing counters, and finishing through physical play. But instead of focusing on strengthening these fundamentals, the Sky's coaching group, led by Tyler Marsh, is heading in a completely different direction. They're shifting Angel Reese away from the basket, a decision that's left many experts puzzled. Rather than building her interior game, they're guiding her toward becoming a mid-range shooter. It's like asking someone who never learned arithmetic to suddenly start solving algebra. It skips crucial steps in development.
Offense. The Sky plan to use second-year power forward Angel Reese much differently than how she was deployed in her rookie season.
The biggest obstacle is her shooting mechanics, which pose a serious issue for her new assignment. Scouts routinely point out how slow Reese's release is. Painfully slow. In a league filled with explosive defenders, that kind of delay puts her at a serious disadvantage. It's the equivalent of entering a race and letting everyone else take off before you do. Each time she gears up to shoot, the defender is already closing the gap. That's the tough situation she's facing. Every possession becomes a challenge when the mechanics work against your timing and execution.
She's working on being able to shoot off dribble, and when the play call is for a catch and shoot. Yeah, but what does that mean? Because she's... look, we've all seen videos of her practicing. She's got a very, very slow as syrup release out there.
Reconstructing someone's shooting technique isn't something that happens overnight. It's more like turning a sprinter into a distance runner. It requires activating unfamiliar muscles, breaking long-held habits, and rewiring years of developed coordination. Top-tier shooters typically need entire seasons to adjust their mechanics. Now Angel Reese is being asked to go through that same transformation in just a few months, all while still having difficulty scoring close to the hoop. The challenge isn't just about expanding her range, it's about changing everything she's relied on up until now, both physically and mentally, under tight scrutiny and expectations.
Poe wrote that Reese was increasing the use of off-ball cuts and relocating her position to constantly create balance and space in Marsh's offense. Chicago isn't planning on asking Reese to increase her three-point production this season. It says the Chicago Sky want her to take mid-range jumpers. Okay. However, Marsh wants her to add more versatility to her shot selection by hitting mid-range jumpers, 10 to 15 feet.
In recent interviews, Angel Reese has shown complete confidence in her ability to adapt, stating she's eager to grow and contribute in any way she can. But fans watching closely notice a disconnect between her upbeat comments and the reality of her form. Her current technique doesn't match her confidence. The upcoming preseason clash with the Barcelona national team will serve as a major test. Picture this. Reese catches the ball at the elbow, squares up, and shoots a mid-range jumper. Will it clear the defender's reach? Each attempt will be under intense observation, either justifying or challenging Coach Marsh's daring shift in direction.
Chicago Sun-Times, Reese has yet to post up at training camp as she learns the new role for the offense. Oh, this should be very interesting. Quote, for Reese, that means adapting to a modified role that will tap into her full potential as a stretch four.
This marks a complete reinvention of Angel Reese's playing style. Most professionals take several seasons to develop new skills before relying on them during live action. But in Reese's situation, she's expected to make that leap almost overnight, all while being closely watched by fans and media. That's a pressure few athletes are equipped to handle.
Poe wrote about her new role on offense. This doesn't mean Reese will never post up again, but Marsh understands if the Sky want to build an effective offense, they need to start building out space in the half court. I don't hate that.
There's a significant risk here. What turned Reese into a standout, her consistent double-doubles, could disappear. Her fierce effort on offensive rebounds and knack for converting second chance points were core to her identity. But removing her from the paint decreases those opportunities and puts her defining statistics in jeopardy. That trade-off could reshape how people perceive her impact on both ends of the floor.
So I think it's going to be pretty easy. How easily Reese masters the offense will determine how successful the Sky are in 2025. The offense was a sore spot for the rookie, and how former head coach Teresa Weatherspoon let Carter delegate it didn't.
What if this experiment fails? If her jumper never becomes reliable and she continues to struggle inside, then what's next? The Sky are placing a massive bet on a high-stakes transformation. And historically, big shifts like this don't yield fast success. There's always a chance the gamble backfires, leaving the team with more problems than solutions.
If her offense ratchets up to the next level, the Sky could be scary. So, the question is, how is this going to work out?
Still, this shift might offer an unexpected upside. Transitioning Angel Reese away from the basket could actually help the team. Based on her struggles in the paint, why keep forcing her into that role? It makes more sense to try something different than continue with a system where she's been inefficient. Sometimes stepping back is the best way forward.
I'm not going to lie to you. I actually feel a little bit better about her standing back further away from the basket, shooting jumpers. I do, actually.
Angel Reese shows an odd contradiction. She seems aware of her shortcomings, often avoiding easy looks at the basket. Yet she'll still attempt the same low-success shots repeatedly after offensive boards, frequently missing several times before making one. Believe it or not, she's even tried the identical move 4 times in a row. That drains valuable time and disrupts offensive flow. Now think about the impact this adjustment could have on others. Shifting Reese outside the paint creates openings for someone like Camila Cardoso, who may finish much better in close quarters. That swap alone could help the entire offense run smoother. Removing those repeated misses from the lane allows better spacing, improved ball movement, and higher efficiency scoring. Things the Sky badly need to compete in today's fast-paced league.
Now that I've seen how bad her inside game is, it's still going to be interesting because her claim to fame is what? Double-doubles. All right? That made her this hot commodity with the...
Here's the central question. What happens to Angel Reese's trademark double-doubles if she no longer plays near the rim? It's a tough call, but there's a chance her rebounding numbers might actually rise if she attacks the glass from the outside with momentum. And don't forget the difference between offensive and defensive boards. She can still dominate defensively while playing a different scoring role. Her presence around the arc could spark surprising growth in areas fans haven't yet seen.
If she's not as close to the basket on offense, which she shouldn't, it should clear out the paint and underneath the basket for Camila to be able to rebound. And we know she can hit layups. We've seen them. We've seen them over and over. I've seen plenty of videos of her hitting plenty of layups. That could be better for the offense. He may also be fully aware that a massive hole in Angel Reese's game is the fact that she will catch a rebound and then proceed to put up 4 shots to make 1.
Picture this. Angel Reese embracing her new position, not as the go-to scorer, but as a rebounding machine and elite defender. Her energy and relentless motor are perfect for that role. Chicago Sky could rebrand their team identity around her toughness and hustle, rather than rushing her development as a scorer. This moment could define her career. The coaching staff is clearly altering their expectations of what she brings to the team. Whether she thrives now depends on her willingness to adapt. Will she commit to becoming a mid-range threat, or evolve into a defensive anchor in the mold of Dennis Rodman? The first hints will surface in the preseason matchup against Barcelona. In this league, thriving means adapting. So which version of Reese will emerge? the confident shooter stretching the floor, or the glass cleaning force anchoring the paint? Let's hear your take in the comments below.